Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
This is Donovan. I'm here with Helping Hands for Cruising. Last day of our inaugural cruise, we got to take a wonderful person for their very first cruise who's never been able to see the ocean or anything. And I gotta tell you, we've had so much fun. I got to go on land with him at the different ports, and he just had so much fun, and I think he enhanced my version of what cruising is like also. I'd like to say, I think my favorite thing so far on this cruise was having him see the ocean for the first time. And he goes, wow, that's big. And I was like, let me tell you about the colors of the water and what that means. And then I tried to talk to him about, imagine all the animal life and the whales, dolphins and the sharks and turtles all underneath this boat right now. It's all, the whole world is underneath us. And to see him just start to think and see a different way of thinking about things, man, it was so great. Later I heard him repeating some of the things I told him, and man, it just touched my heart so much. So Helping Hands for Cruising, that's what the number 4, helpinghandsforcruising.org. That's a place you can go, you can donate, and you can bring that dream to somebody else. It's so important to give somebody who's been in one place for most of their life and never seen the world, and put them on a place that can inspire them to do so much more that they thought they weren't able to do. So you help me make a dream a reality. And I'll see you on the next one.
Well, good evening, folks. How are we all? Or rather, I should say g'day, because we do have some people across the pond. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Today is an interesting day. It is the day before Hump Day. Lots of exciting things going on in terms of HH4C. First of all, let me get into the chat, see who's there. Seriously, I wonder who this mob is, the Down Under Cruisers. Well, g'day anyway, and we welcome on board. Next in was young Mr. Nick. G'day, Nick. How you going? One more slight change next month. He's got 3 nights in London, and then he's flying to Dublin for a night, going to the museum there he wants to see, and having an Irish-style dinner. G'day, Joe. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you on board. Hope you stay for the show. Not run off and welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. Nick is saying they give a traditional Irish dinner and they also have a traditional Irish folk band playing. That way he can record that and share it with her before he flies from Dublin to Amsterdam. He's going, Aer Lingus has really peeved him off. They have 3 different types of vouchers, one in euros, one in USD, and the other one's in British pounds. They will not let you use those vouchers unless the home airport is in that currency. Okay, so what's the problem? Nick is saying he could use that voucher for a flight from Dublin to Amsterdam, but they would not let him use it for the flight from London to Dublin. Doesn't matter what airline it is, they're going to try and somehow screw you up. Well, that's no good. Why fly Aer Lingus? G'day, Denise. Welcome aboard. Denise, hello. Hello, Denise. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Glad to hear that you are joining us on the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise, if only in mind and thought. You're right, Nick. Joe is saying g'day to Denise and Nick. Any kind of traveling will be costly. To fly anywhere in Australia, you need to sell a kidney, half a lung, 2/3 of your liver, and your pancreas. How'd you get away with a flight so cheap, Joe? Cost me more than that. Joe, thank you very much for putting up the Helping Hands for Cruising.org website, as well as the fundraiser website. I'll talk more about those a little later on. We've got some additions which would make things very interesting. Anyway, who the hell are the Down Under Cruisers? Taking what we all say about Ronnie and Teresa? Yep, absolutely. Who the hell? But you know who started that one off, Joe, was the Travelling Gilberts themselves. They started that off. They got everybody going, who the hell are the Travelling Gilberts? I don't know if you've seen the one I put up to them, because I know Teresa absolutely loved it. Anyway, g'day, Meg. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. It's been a little while. It's been a hot minute. Good morning on the train listening. Thank you very much for listening. So how is it going, Mrs. Vines? How is Mr. Megs and C's? Joe's saying g'day to Mrs. Vines. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Meg. Really appreciate that. Yes, folks, hit the thumbs up. We're trying to get HH4C to be totally self-sufficient. If we can get it totally self-sufficient, yes. I'll give you a bit of a heads up a little later on what one of the charities has done for us, one of the donations. Meg is saying good day to Joe. Denise is saying good day to Meg. Meg is going, Denise! Yeah, I can hear it. Nick is going, his Qantas flight across Australia were not bad. He really hated them, though, for making him fly from Darwin all the way to Melbourne and then up to Sydney. Listen, mate, you wanted to see the country. I'm stirring. But he did look out on that trip. His gate for his connection was right next to where they came in at Melbourne Airport. And his checked luggage was first off the plane at Sydney Airport. Man, that's cool. That's really cool. All right. So a couple of interesting things have happened this week. One of the things was Helping Hands for Cruising for the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise. We were fortunate enough to get a little something made for us, which is a part of which is going to be auctioned off at the Dreams in Motion session that we're going to have that weekend. But also we're going to be utilizing these on the cruise itself with the ability of getting them hidden so people can actually find them. Okay, so let me do this. Let me bring these up. because I think you guys are going to absolutely love them. Well, folks, here we go. We were fortunate enough to get a whole host of these ducks manufactured for us, and what was more to the point, if you notice just down the bottom it says Helping Hands for Cruising, but more importantly, on the bottom of each one, and you can see with the picture on the extreme left, you'll see the bottom there. That's the base of each one of those ducks. They have the Helping Hands for Cruising emblem. These are a one-off, right? If we're lucky to get them again, it will be extremely lucky. Having said that, folks, these are going to be available for you to go and find on the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise. Alternatively, there are a couple there that we will be auctioning off at the Dreams in Motion section, which will be on the weekend of the 27th of April. So, folks, have a look, see what we are going to be utilizing. And I can tell you now, we are incredibly grateful to the people who manufactured this for us because they do look absolutely stunning. Don't you guys think so? I'm really quite taken aback by it. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, Meg is saying that Mr. Vines is well. Last she heard, probably seeing the back of his eyeballs, of his eyelids right now. She's been doing this fun thing called sleeping these days. Hey, that's awesome. And have the two of you been able to see each other? That's another big thing. Joe is saying, which airport did you fly out of from Melbourne back to Sydney? It was Tulla, I believe. Meg is saying, unfortunately, I'll be moving that weekend, but she will be there for those amazing duckies. Yep, absolutely. That will be awesome. Joe is saying they don't look like they are plastic. They look to be made from metal. They do, and I believe they were 3D printed. So there we go. Absolutely fantastic. Meg is saying they will be able to see each other on the 25th of April. Man, April's a good month, but geez, that's a long way to wait for you to see your hubby. Anyway, folks, that is it'll be an absolutely awesome time for the two of you, huh? And glad everything worked out well. Everybody got to check out that you were married after the event, so that's awesome. And you did it in your own way, and that is incredible. Joe, someone has a very expensive 3D printer. Yes, they do, because they do that for a living. That's one of their occupations. So, yup. Unfortunately, it's not in Australia, mate. It is in the US. Meg is saying as it's a long wait, but then we'll be together permanently. Oh, well, that is worth its weight in gold. All right, now, cruise we're going to be hiding these ducks on will be in this particular location.
Journey is the ultimate tribute to Foreigner and Journey.
You're as cold as ice.
Bringing you back to all the eras of both Foreigner and Journey's career. Rocking the biggest hits and fan favorites with a high energy authenticity of two of the world's most iconic bands. Foreign Journey, one of the most popular tribute acts, rock with an incredible high energy stage show all night long. A show not to be missed.
What can I say, folks? It's going to be one amazing cruise. Did you see where we could possibly hide the ducks? Whereabouts on the cruise ship could you find them? And also, the bands are really excited. You'll find there in Facebook and a couple of other places, they are they're promoting like it's going out of fashion, and we're really excited. It's going to be one hell of a cruise. And by the way, for the Aussies, things are underway. We've been in touch with both solicitors and accountants. There's a couple of ideas we're playing with, and can't go into that right now because we still got to clarify a couple of pointers. But it's in the hands of the solicitors at the moment, and they're giving us some pointers as to making some changes to the company, and then we'll go on from there. Absolutely exciting, and we cannot wait. Okay, so Joe has put up here, at least it's not that other country in Southeast Asia. He's very particular with said countries. Yeah, well, we're moving. And g'day, Jonesy. Welcome aboard, buddy. Rock on. Yeah, let's go. Joe is saying he just checked out Mark Forged 3D printers. The one he'd like is US $16,000 US. That's like, oh my gosh, mate, what would you do with that kind of 3D printer? And no, you can't make airplane parts with it, or truck parts, or human parts, or whatever parts. Okay, so Jonesy's got the dance mode on. And so the good news is we've got some exciting people out there just waiting for the Australian side to have ACNC approval. For those of you across the pond, ACNC is the same as your 501c3. So as soon as we get ACNC approval here, those people will be coming on board, big channels, and they will be promoting the left, right, and center out of HH4C, which is really, really exciting. Joe is saying that 16 grand is like 25 and a half. Just wait 5 minutes and it'll change with the interest rates. Jones is saying Joe would print a truck and a bus and a whatever else, a car. Yeah, that's true. Very true, Jonesy. Very true. And by the way, how's Mrs. Jonesy? Has she accepted the way your floor looks now? Because I know you worked really hard on the floor getting it all up and running. Jonesy is saying he'd be making those hard-to-find badges for buses and coaches. There's a lot of them that you can't find now. But you know what? You can do that with a 3D printer that does not necessarily have to be that expensive. Because if you've got a 3D printer that's costing that kind of money, then that tells me that 3D printer is an industrial size printer. You can pick one up from JCar and or Harvey Norman or whatever, and they would be yes, they'd be smaller, but in the short term they'd be just as effective, wouldn't they? Am I right or am I wrong? Okay, so also with the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise, in case anybody's interested, we currently have now, I've been told, 52 cabins booked, and there are 15 more quotes out there right now. Looks like that by the end of the week, we could actually hit the 60 mark, which we are incredibly excited about. There's only 248 days to go, so the sooner we get all that happening, the better. Jonesy's saying, Shaun, you're wearing some cool merchandise. Yeah, I am. Thank you very much. This is the HH4C t-shirt. It is readily available through helpinghandsforcruising.org. You can get it either here or one in the States. That's it can be obtained from both locations. Just the country that you get it in determines the costing. So the costing will be a little bit different country to country. But hey, the one we get printed here is printed in Adelaide or just outside of Adelaide. The one in the US is obviously printed somewhere in the US. I'm not exactly sure where. Joe is saying that he'll be doing a live on Wednesday, May the 7th, and he'd like to invite us, Denise, Meg, and Jonesy, to come and join him. Mate, if we can, we certainly will. You give us the time, and we'll work it through. Also, hopefully, we can get Jimmy involved as well. That'd be great. Big boy sizes. Yep, there are big boy sizes. Shaun! G'day, Scott! Mate, have you been to bed yet? Or are you still up? Happy birthday, Scotty, from Joe, and from me, of course. Yes, happy 21st birthday, Scott. Nice to see that you're having a bit of fun there. It's a birthday one for me. Oh, really, Joe? Good on you, mate. Jonesy's saying, Scott. Scott is saying, thanks, Mr. Joe. Yes, and really, a happy 21st, Scott. Really, seriously. A Jonesy from Scott. Okay, so Scotty, you just missed the RNR Tribute promo. I'm not going to play it again because it goes way over time. It'll go at least a minute and a half, and that's way over time. No, sorry. Joe is saying, I agree, Scott doesn't look a day over 21. Thank you very much. That's exactly what I said. Jones is saying happy birthday to Scott, so there you go. Scotty, it's your day, mate. Everybody's wishing you a happy birthday. And hopefully you have a great, awesome day, and it is the start of only amazing things for you. All right, so as I say, the ducks are out there. They're going to be hidden on the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise. We're going to have an amazing time trying to find them. Whole host of other activities going to be on there. All right, I'll bring them up again so that you guys can have a look at those. For those like Scott and Jonesy, these are the ducks that we're talking about, folks. So here you go. You can have a look. So a couple of the ducks, I think it's those ones there, will be available for auction on the Dreams in Motion, which is what we used to call the Cruisathon. And all of them have the HH4C emblem on the bottom. So if you have it standing there, you'll notice that around the bottom there is Helping Hands for Cruising put around the side there. So you know where you got the duck from. So there you go. That's what we're been fortunate enough to get fairly recently, and they're going to be amazing. Joe is saying it is here, Shaun, so we can get in way early. Yep. Okay, it's here. That's cool. And what time? What time on the 7th of May? And then I can put it in my calendar. Anyway, there we go. Those are the ducks. I'll go back to this one here. Okay, all right. Joe, are you holding on to something? Because we're going to be talking about something that I think you're really excited about, and it's going to be happening in 643 days. An opportunity to come down under.
We invite you to our 6-night Great Barrier Reef Getaway Cruise, December 29th, 2026.
You're Ilana.
You're Shaun.
And together we are the Down Under
Cruisers.
Cruisers. Come and join us, folks. Here's our cruise.
I'd love to see you.
Come from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder. Morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around. Meet the world on a winding road in every little town. Oh, the land, it seems to me, with a tune as wild as sea, hands up high and voices free. Down under's where I'll be. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around. Meet the world on a winding road, in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere, in the rustling of the trees. Now the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around. Adventures wait around, in the rustling of the trees.
Yes. Ooh, it's going to be an incredible cruise. I know somebody who's totally beside himself. I mean, totally. I mean, if he wasn't beside himself, he would be right now. And so, you know, what can I say? You're going to have an amazing time there on that cruise. We're going to be checking out the Great Barrier Reef. You guys really need to come and join us, and that'll be awesome. All right, let's have a look. Now we've got Scotty saying thank you to Jonesy. I'm going to show you something here that Jonesy put up and sent me. I think you guys are going to like this because this is what's happening pretty much out of his window right now. Let me see. There we go. And I will just do a couple of things here and there. First things first, I will just make some changes here so that we can actually have a look at what is amazing. And that is, well, wait and see. I think you guys will really love it. It's what makes everybody wish they were in Tasmania. I'll be honest with you. Everybody would wish that they were in Tasmania. So let's have a look, see if I can get this sorted. And there we go. There we go. All right, have a look at this, folks. I mean, that's got to be one of the most amazing views right now, looking outside of Jonesy's window. And more importantly, so he's looking at Bernie over there. More importantly, look what he's got on his telly. The best show in Melbourne. I mean, the best show in Australia, the Helping Hands for Cruising chatting with Shaun. So so we got some exciting things happening, as you can tell. The Rock and Roll Tribute is growing. We're getting more and more people on board. We're getting not only are we getting more and more people on board, but we're getting a lot more excitement. We've got a lot more activities happening. We've still got the speedway happening. And with that speedway, we're going to have exciting trips. So you guys need to see if you can join us on the Rock and Roll Tribute. That's going to be amazing. And when we go and look at the Great Barrier Reef, I know Jonesy's going to be on that cruise because his daughter lives up close there in Brisbane. So, we can have an awesome time, an amazing time getting to see the Great Barrier Reef, which is one of the places that's on my bucket list, even though I live in this country, this beautiful country of ours, and there are a lot of options and possibilities around there. We will be spending New Year's Eve between Airlie Beach and Cairns. That is going to be absolutely fantastic. Yeah, we saw your boomerang, mate. But not only did we see your boomerang, we also saw the Helping Hands for Cruising cruise chat going on in the background there. So that was awesome. Thank you for the picture, my friend. The view out your window is incredible. And not only that, it's absolutely amazing during daylight hours as well. Okay, so take this a bit further, folks. First of all, if you're in the chat, please hit the like button. We need as many on the like button as possible so that we can get YouTube getting people to look at this fantastic program of ours. We want to get more and more people on board cruise ships. The goal is we want to get 100,000 people who deserve to go on a cruise. If we can get 100,000 people on board cruise ships, you know what? We would have the most exciting time going on there. Not only that, but we are also in the situation where we will have cruise ships going out of both the US and Oz. And then as that grows, we will be getting cruise ships going out of Canada as well, and then the UK, and then wherever else around the world. So we're trying to spread our wings as best we possibly can. So please help us out here. Now, you'll notice that where I've got a section there that says USD and AUD. USD is our Zephy program. If you're across the pond and you want to donate in USD, please go ahead, click on that QR code, and that QR code will get you to our Zephy program, and you can then put in what sort of donation you'd like to make to HH4C, but more importantly, hey, do a monthly donation, a weekly donation, whatever. It can be in smaller chunks, but at the end of the day, folks, every dollar that you put in, every cent that you put in goes to putting people on board cruise ships. If you're in Australia right now, where the AUD mark is, just here above my head to the side over here, where this AUD mark is, that links you into our PayPal account here in Oz. And we will certainly enjoy the benefit of you doing donations. That would be absolutely fantastic. Sub number 416. Thank you, Jonesy. Driving Tasmania. Thank you so much. We need to get more people on board. Absolutely, more people on board. We've got 415 right now. We need a huge number more so that we can hit the 1,000. We also need to have our views all the way up to the 4,000 mark. So, folks, the sooner you get that done, the more we will appreciate it, the more this channel becomes self-sufficient. And the more self-sufficient it becomes, the greater the opportunity for us to get people on board cruise ships. So having said that, let me take you down to this section here. Let me see if that works. Yep, it looks like it's going to work. Okay, so what we've got here is, excuse me, some adverts that we put across. Okay, Joe earlier on put in a website there that was the Helping Hands for Cruising.org/fundraising. So right now we're in the process of fundraising. Unfortunately, people in the US are the only ones that can get access to this right now. As soon as we get our ACNC here in Oz, we will be doing similar type things. What that says is, number one, you can buy popcorn. Number two, you can buy coffee. Now, if you buy the coffee and the popcorn, a portion of the income made from the sale of that gets donated directly into HH4C. Last month, we got $250. $250 might not sound like a lot to you, but $250 is actually immense, because what does that $250 do? What it does is it goes and it purchases an excursion for somebody, or it goes into some of their onboard credit, and also goes towards paying for a meal or something like that. So that's absolutely unbelievable. The benefit is huge. Folks, if you're across the pond, go ahead, spend your bucks. I know you like popcorn. I know you drink coffee. Why not drink coffee and use the HH4C banner and get it from there? That way you're killing two birds with one stone. And that is, number one, you're fulfilling your caffeine addiction, much like me. And number two, you're actually helping HH4C. One of the things that we're looking to do when we go across to the US to do the rock and roll tribute, we will be organizing to get some coffee and bring it back with us so that we can have it here. So there you go. We'll be doing the same thing down under as soon as we've got ACNC approval. Thank you, Jonesy. Much appreciated. That is a cool idea. It is awesome. All right. Now, let me get into a couple of things. Number one, for all the people that are interested in HH4C, Helping Hands for Cruising, I've had a number of questions put out there. How the hell does anybody get to host the cruise? Number one. Number two, how the hell do we get a recipient on board? Okay, so there's a couple of things that we need to look at. If you are a potential host of a cruise, or you know of somebody who you think would make a great recipient, put together a 2 to 5 minute video, then go to the helpinghandsforcruising.org website and upload it onto the website. The board will then look at both those videos. Now, what we look at, we don't want every Joe Blow and his dog and cat to run a cruise. What we are looking for are people who are upstanding, have good character, and will do the best by the recipient. Okay, we don't want people who could come across and be shonky, right? It's not a good look for HH4C. We want people who we can validate. You know, we've already had a number of those great cruises, and we've got a few more coming up. But we would like more if possible. Also, if we're looking at recipients, first of all, they can't be a family member, so I can't get my sister on board. She doesn't need it. She's cruised before anyway. They need to be somebody you know who has A, never cruised before, B, been through the University of Hard Knocks, and that's the major criterion for them actually deserving the cruise. Life's been hard on them, and they've never had the opportunity to have just as good a vacation. So they've never cruised. They could be financially strapped, as in, like we say, the University of Hard Knocks. They could be somebody who's disabled and just not been fortunate enough to have that sort of opportunity, or they could be the carer of somebody who is disabled, and that carer has spent their life spending time looking after that disabled person and could do with a bit of respite. Those are the criterion that we are looking for people to actually come on board. And then all you got to do is put together a 2 to 5 minute video telling us why you think they deserve it. We then put it to the board, and we have a board member by the name of Michael Ann. Michael Ann will go out of her way to validate the person, verify that they're okay, and then we will get them on board a cruise ship. And whenever we put them on a cruise ship, they are never alone. It's always them and a carer, unless they don't have one. But we never have them alone, so we get as many people on board the cruise ship as we possibly can. Wow. Here we go. Taz News. Welcome aboard, Taz News. I'm assuming that's Jonesy on his 54th channel. Mate, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much. We are now at 416. Please, folks, as many people as you can get, let's get them on board and bring them to the channel so that they can benefit. Oh, there we go, Denise. Scotty, happy birthday! You know what, Denise? The way you put that out there does not need to go on YouTube. Scotty could have heard you all the way from Scottsdale, Arizona, where he is, all the way from where you are. You might be next door neighbors, though. Anyway, so those currently, now there is a third cruise happening, and that's happening in April of 2026, I believe. And Gabby, who was meant to be going in just on a month or something like that, she was meant to be going on the Alaska cruise. That cruise has now been moved across to the cruise in April, which is an ABC. So it's going to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. And so they're all going to go on there and have an awesome time there with Gabby. So it's going to be an amazing cruise. She's such a lucky girl. And she's going to have a ball. Everything is... Her cruise is all paid for, and she's rocking and rolling and ready to go. Scott, Denise, thank you. And Denise has gone, Scottsdale, Arizona. Goodness me. Seriously, the talking that's going across backwards and forwards, God. Now she's going to go back to work. Thanks a lot, Denise. Anyway, at least you won't be shouting across the airwaves. All right. So we've spoken about the rock and roll. We've got the Ducks cruise all organized. We've spoken about the April cruise that's coming up. And that one is going to be with CME Travels and also with Ocean to Ocean Travels. So that's a group cruise that they've been working on. We've also spoken about Nick's upcoming visit to Germany. So that's going to be awesome. And we've had Meg in the background there listening. Well, we're really fortunate today. Stream Elements has popped in. Helping Hands would like to thank you for your donation. So if you've donated, thank you. We really appreciate it. Those of you that are have not yet, please go ahead and we'll be excited to get some sort of donation going on. Again, at the end of the day, we're looking to put 100,000 people on board a cruise ship. Well, not one cruise ship, many cruises, but you understand what I mean. The good news is, with all those people on board cruise ships, somebody's got to pay for it. And so we would appreciate it if we can get some donations happening there. Anyway, that's it. Are there any questions about HH4C right now? I've given you all the info I can, but if there's no questions, I can't answer. So please fire away, and I'll be happy to answer any of those questions, and then we can move on from there. You will find that there will be more of the behind the mission coming up. Crystal has organized for a couple of interviews to go on, and all we need to do with those interviews right now is get some people on board, and I will get those videos, and then we can move on from there. So yeah, that's exciting. All right. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Thank you, Jonesy. I really appreciate that. Excuse me. Joe has got no questions. He's going to have a shower. I needed to know that, Joe. Seriously, I needed to know that. Anyway, I hope you've had your. I hope you had a great week. You had a week's holiday, annual leave. I hope you had a great week. And you're back to work, Joe, and everything is working well for you. So there we go. Yeah, sail away, sail away. All right. We've gone through the best part of 3/4 of an hour, folks. Just to give you a heads up, tomorrow the Down Under Cruises will be on same time, 8 p.m. This weekend, the Down Under Cruises will not be doing a live on Friday night. There, unfortunately, we have a commitment. It is a work commitment. Work gets in the way of a good time always. So there we go, folks. We will be just going on tomorrow night. There might be a video coming up on Friday night. We'll see. But at the end of the day, there won't be a live stream going, so I apologize. Anyway, we're waiting on some exciting news to come across from NCL as to whether or not I have an appointment with them or not. All right. Let me see. Jonesy is got flames there. Okay. Jonesy is saying, clean behind your ears, Joe. Just saying. Yeah, I agree, mate. Clean behind the ears. Although he'll be a bit wet behind the ears, won't he? Anyway, enough of these funny jocularities, as Mash used to say. The jocularities. I can't sound like the pastor, but anyway. All right, folks. Let's call it quits. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great night. Or those of you that are starting your day, have a great day. And we'll catch up with you next time. Have a good day. Take care. Bye now.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dreams a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for